Copyright disclaimer.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Bill. This is Trying to Stand, where I try new things in pop culture except at living under a rock. I know I've been doing a lot of animation lately, but I also wanted to take some time to do some music right now. Penelope Scott just dropped an EP not too long ago. I've been having a bit of a time keeping up with everything lately, so thank you everyone for your patience. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm just going to be giving the EP Hazards a listen, one listen per song, and then the lyrics page, and just talk about it, go over it, see what comes through my smooth, soft brain. I'll leave a link in the playlist for my previous Penelope Scott episodes. I've done a couple of her songs in the past, and I've had a really good time just like breaking down, talking about her stuff. But I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ring the bell, check the settings, set them to all. Follow me on social media, blah, blah, blah. All the plugs, all the YouTube words. I also have a gaming channel, Bill Chill Gaming, if you're interested in more content there. I do a lot of live streams there when I can. And speaking of the description, there is a link to a card that will take you to resources for social awareness, as well as mental health, crisis science, Trevor Project resources, should you or someone you know need them. But yeah, we're going to be just going through the EP Hazards in order. I just found out about this like the other day. Algorithms are tricky. Please watch my videos. Watch the videos as long as you can challenge. I just found out about this. That's so embarrassing. I follow you on everything. Anyway, I'm here now, but we're going to be starting with 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock somewhere. Just going to make the joke now before I find out the reality of what the song's about. Anyway. Ooh, yes, thank you.
So it hits me real hard round 7 o'clock.
Uh-oh.
Nobody hears you, are you really around?
Oh, damn.
Trees bend in the wind and they're dark fucking blue.
Wait, what's happening to the trees? Are your eyes okay? I like the way it sounds, though. Hello? I mean, I like the electric sound.
I look like a bug in all
I mean, damn, talk about it. Absolutely. I'm so sorry. Damn, I don't know. There was something so mundane about like the feeling of it. Like it felt very everyday, or this is a regular occurrence. There's something about like that kind of electronic, kind of upbeat sound. It made me feel like everything was like diluted, or like you're like withdrawn. I like that sound to it. But like, damn, I liked the lyrics a lot, but it makes me sad. Like my hand's kind of shaky. It's heartbreaking, but it's like it has this weird, like I said, how mundane the feeling is. Like this isn't an extraordinary event, it's a reoccurring one. But then it also gives this weird comforting feeling to me where it's like, the song's called 7 o'clock, but it ends at 12. It makes me think of like not being able to get up, laying in bed, and it gives me this comforting feeling of when that kind of hits me and like my brain and body are just heavy and I'm just not moving, but I'm awake. Weirdly reassuring. The fact that this doesn't feel like, oh my god, what's happening to me? It's like, shit, here it goes again. It's weirdly comforting. Right here, I'll wake up alone with salt in my eyes. I haven't the slightest, and I haven't the right. Guilt, I'm guilty of it too, but like that feeling of there are people who are in harder and worse situations than me. I shouldn't be upset. That kind of lie you tell yourself when you're trying to process and grapple these kind of things, or one tends to or could. You know, not to speak for other people. Trees bend in the wind and they are dark F-word blue. I got in trouble for using too much profanity in a previous video, so feel free to swear. I have to go by my landlord YouTube's rules. Like the feeling of feeling blue? Well, already trees bend in the wind makes me think a lack of resilience, right? Buckling under those feelings, or sometimes you give under that weight. Is blue tree a metaphor? I don't know. It's a haunting image to think about. Again, that's why I love your lyrics. This is why I like your lyrics so much. The glitch in the game, I loop like a bug. The implication of something wrong with you in quotes, because nothing is wrong with you. Feel what you're feeling. Like, it's okay to feel this way. Normalize the conversation. I thank you for it. Again, links in the description. The glitch in the game, I loop like a bug. Like you feel like something's wrong with you and you feel like it's on repeat. All I ever wanted was a really tight hug. I'll call her again, but she's a huge effing ghost. I fell for dead air because it was all I could host. Whether this is autobiographical or observation, I appreciate talking about the realities there, where it's like sometimes you do try and people have their own stuff. They don't respond. That doesn't even work all the time. Yeah, then that bullshit in the laugh at the end. First, it felt like the POV was kind of laughing off their own stuff. You know, haha, don't worry, like that facade, everything's fine. But then after speaking so much about like isolation, the tree bending in the wind, feeling the weight of everything, and like I said, how mundane the song feels throughout, it almost feels like that's the response you anticipate you're going to get, or the response you have gotten from others. It's heartbreaking. I really appreciate you talking about it, though. Again, whether it's autobiographical or observational. It's weird to say I liked that. That's always a problem I have with my videos, where I'm like, I don't mean it like, haha, I'm glad you're sad. Like, I like the song, the way you address it and handle everything. And like, there's a lot of honesty there that I really appreciate as well. Next is Soap. Good. I was about to say self-care is important. That's the track at the end of the EP. We'll get there. But no, Soap's important.
Blood is under my knuckles.
No, what happened to your hands? No, I don't want to think about being back in high school.
Sugar on my tongue.
Oh, hold on. That's interesting. Ooh. Ooh, but harmonies. Ooh, that's spooky. Oh, I can't tell if that's like ominous or if that's like the release of the thought and the stress. It's lovely though. Maybe I'm just paranoid. And that's supposed to be a letting go release. Crap. Like first it kind of gave like this kind of like venty kind of a vibe. Not the rant, vent, get it off my chest, like overwhelmed kind of a feeling to it. I like this kind of feeling of slowly over time, like it getting a little more collected, like almost like talking about, looking back on things, the relationship you have with your experiences, comparing it to things in your body, like the salt in my mouth, sugar on my tongue, freckles on my cheeks. God, the blood under your knuckles frightens me. More orchestral, that almost like softer angelic feeling. I couldn't tell you if it was like the calm before the storm, but it also gave me this feeling of getting it out there, making this even on a meta level, getting that chaos and those thoughts out there, and then just letting it kind of go. I'm trying to embrace the calming texture that I picked up on it and not my paranoia, and it's gonna get distressing again, but I'm gonna ride the calm for a second. Soap, cleaning, but then talking about how you're trying to alleviate guilt or rid yourself of this memory or the trauma behind it or the pain. Salt inside my mouth, sugar on my tongue. It makes me think like you say everything's fine, or like when you vocalize it, you normally like, oh yeah, it was a fun day, but the reality is like you're lying. There's still like a saltiness. Then we talk about freckles on your cheek from the good old-fashioned West Coast sun. Freckles on your cheek, like sun damage. After sugar on my tongue makes me think like kind of damaging you to like underplay the experience. Salt inside your mouth, something that's bothering you, but then sweetness on your tongue, you're expressing that it was like a positive good thing, or no, it's fine, or oh no, that was really funny. It makes me think that like you're not being forthright about this, but like externally. Internally, you still know something is off, something was wrong. It's a painful memory that you've been kind of restructuring positively, either to like appease others, save face, or even that's something subconsciously that you've done. You know, we do live in a society. Soap under my nails, like you're trying to rid yourself of this. And again, I couldn't tell you if it's guilt because you did something, or if it's you've been kind of gaslit or victim blamed into a corner where you feel like you have to do something to make things all right, yet you're still told to like smile and no, like that's all I keep thinking of is no, that was funny. Thanks. I don't mean to downplay that. Again, that's something I do. I have to downplay my stuff and turn it into a joke. Like you don't want to disrupt the flow, and by internalizing, either you've been subconsciously kind of formed into this damaging thing, or just by not being clear about this stuff, it's damaging. Like it pains you to think about, like more than regret, but I'll just say regret. Like it even again makes me think like this was something that you were kind of like directly or indirectly kind of told or trained to do, to like bury your feelings down. You know, you don't want to bum people out, that kind of mentality, and like the damage that does, either when looking back, but also the stuff you carry around with you, like the neglectful way that we either treated each other or ourselves. It has damaging effects. It's heartbreaking, but like, again, thank you for like just talking about this stuff. Raccoon claws are cute. Thanks for that. But then slipping through my raccoon claws, it makes me think like you still can't get like a grasp on it. It doesn't feel cute, but shout out to raccoons. They have cute little hands. Damn, I appreciate that it makes me like think about this stuff a lot more, and like I don't like the reality of it, but I like the destigmatization of it. Oh, the next song's called Dead Girls. That makes me nervous, but it could also bang like Dead Girls in the Pool. I like that song. Next is Dead Girls.
I, your name, do solemnly swear not to off myself, think about offing my...
Oh my god. I promise to...
Because I know it's just a game that I'm playing in my brain.
Oh my god.
Dead girls on my phone.
Oh no.
Where do they go?
And it like... It sounds good too. But...
I wanna be addicted with my friends.
No. God damn, that break in your voice there. Go off, but Jesus. Okay, thank you for starting it off with thank you for starting it off the way that you did. Okay, so yeah, definitely about mental health and the way that it's mishandled both in media but also day-to-day life. Like, we don't do anything, or rather we don't do enough to help people. I don't remember where, but there was a moment where like your voice kind of like broke on a note a little bit. Like there was like a pause. I don't know if it was a breath. It sounded like a break. That really got to me. I appreciate opening it with addressing like, I swear not to do this. Like, already I feel a lot of care in what you write about and sing about. Taking it seriously like that adds something for me. But like the fact that it's like so common and reading about it in the news, seeing it in your life. I, the third bill, do solemnly swear not to do that. Think about it, continue thinking about it without reaching out to help after listening to this song. Yeah, again, links in the description, and I'll probably have them there. Like I said, I just appreciate, like, I don't know, that's part of the song. So like if someone were to, either you or somebody covering it, like perform it, or someone talk about it, or someone listen to it. Thank you for still wanting to talk about like the heavier stuff, but like taking it seriously like that. It's gonna start going through the lyrics and talk about it. I feel like this is a very direct song. My roommate says they're killing us, but we're killing ourselves. I'm surrounded by dead girls on the road, dead girls on my phone. That dread of seeing it in your life, like I was saying, or in the news, and then that path to like that existential dread that connects to it. I have a couple friends that say they knew him well. They seem like something special, really, don't they all? I guess before you're gone, it can be hard to tell. Talking about not only the important factor of addressing the people left behind to process that, and these people cared about you. How, I guess before you're gone, it can be kind of hard to tell. They didn't feel it or didn't know it. And it's not like anybody's fault or anything. It's just like acknowledging like, I wish this person knew this, or I hope this person knew this. I wish this could have helped them. Reflecting on like the friends, but then do you like them better this way? You like them dead. Why are we kinder to people after it's too late? Again, it doesn't feel to me like blaming other people. It just feels like why are we so much fonder of people after they're gone? And it also gave me a feeling of news reports and publications and things like that. We talk about it more after the fact instead of talking about depression and all these things. Like, it's not newsworthy until the person's already gone. So like it kind of gave me that feeling too of like the media, we as a collective, we as strangers reading about this stuff, like why does it get more consideration, more thoughts, more prayers after the fact? That's why we're on every show. I appreciate you talking about that stuff. The sensationalism of talking about the tragic loss of young life, but we don't do anything to, or we rather don't do enough to help provide awareness, resources, things like that. Again, saying I like the song means I appreciate what it advocates for, not the sentiment. Or I guess not the story. I do like the sentiment. And like talking about like it's a game you have to play with your brain, like the obstacles and stuff, like how it can be such a constant obstacle. Like I said, being mindful of that consideration before it's too late for yourself as well as for others. It's really important. And I admire that a lot. Oh shit. Okay, and the next one's called Bad Advice. Man, this ad is really upbeat. Good for that voiceover actor, but still.
Music is bad and movies are too.
No, some is good.
So pick anybody other than me.
Oh shit. Yeah, advice. God damn.
Nowhere left
Ooh.
to go.
Ooh, that note, but god damn, that riff was good, but
Trick or treat.
oh god. Yay, Halloween, spooky time ghosts. No.
Halloween is nothing to me.
Oh no.
I don't need to let them win.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, no shit.
If I try, I will not miss.
No. You just promised. Oh my god. Again, keep talking about it. Thank you. I think this is about like the humanity of being you. Like, you are flawed. Like, it's called Bad Advice. Like, I'm not in the place to like help people. I don't have answers. I don't know what to do. God, that got so stressful. Like, thank you for talking about like loving your body. Like, yes, being healthy, but don't, strive for the glamorous nonsense. Like, I loved that, but feel what you're feeling, it's valid. Like, holy shit. But yeah, this is 100% about depression. Like you tried to get into Halloween, but you're over it. Music is bad. Movies are bad. Halloween, movies, music. Life is long. Existence is pain to a me-seeks. Losing interest in the things you love. Like, your comfort thing's not working, and like, yet here you are still on this spiral, still on this emotional low. And like, I love your voice. Those riffs just sound so like painful as well as lovely. It feels like not a pulse, like a reflex. That's what I'm thinking of. It feels like a reflex. The way that like we try to sell how we should all look, but you know, lose the weight, look the part. It's all things that like, it's not about health. It's about like, and even addressing it later, the POV not wanting to ignore the fact that you compulsively want to look like the people you see pictures of, not denying the reality there, but trying to also denounce that whole mindset, but also addressing how those things can connect, like that the media and entertainment world's versions of beauty and body can deteriorate others, and mental health as well as physical health playing into this. Not only is beauty in the eye of the beholder, but so is like a healthy body and lifestyle. I appreciate you tackling something that complex, because it's hard to think about sometimes, and I appreciate someone doing that, because I'm not educated. I just sit here. Also, I think that's kind of the point. It's called like bad advice. Like, I struggle with all these things. Like I said, the POV acknowledging like I too desire these things, even though I know it's unhealthy and I know it's not right, and I am human as well. Like, I can't give good advice on these things because I'm struggling with these things, and I appreciate that vulnerability and honesty. And I would argue, while sure you don't feel like you can give good advice, giving your perspective is also a healthy thing too, and I appreciate that. God, the weight of that ending. I just hope you're okay. Again, links in the description. Like, I appreciate you talking about this stuff, but like, God, that's terrifying. It's hard to digest, but that's also reality. Like, I'm so numb right now. Like, I'm just scared. Again, letting people know that they're not alone, being so honest with it, and like I said, even giving those lenses to people who are unhealthy in their choices, whether they, like, whatever your body type or size is. Like, it's hard for me to talk about that stuff. I've had a family member ignore everything the doctor said and literally ate himself to death. It's hard. It's just like, no, just be healthy. Watch out for salt. You know? And I appreciate feeling that care for somebody who's looking for physical as well as mental and emotional well-being. That should be the goal, not your size, in my opinion anyway. I hope I worded that well for people. I like that a lot, but yeah, like that like chilled me to my core. That's so scary. My stomach hurts, but I really admire that. Ugh. Ironically, I have an ice cream sandwich waiting for me in the freezer for after this, because I thought this one might get a little sad. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that minty goodness. Oh, is this the new thoughts and prayers? Warm regards. And next is warm regards.
There's always something more that I can do.
Holy shit. Oh. Ooh, high notes though.
Crazy better, and that's a crazy thing.
Yay.
Crumbling down. It doesn't fucking matter.
Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh, is it about like doom scrolling? I like the synth. Oh, damn, already? I liked it. It just felt so overwhelmed. And yeah, as soon as it was talking about like the news, and things can just be overwhelming, and that's okay. Let's just go over the lyrics. That was so fast. I kind of like that it was short, because it makes me think like limited characters, like a tweet. I should be doing better. You've made that really clear. I'm just so sad. It comes off as insincere. It gives me that impression of either like an interpersonal exchange or an existential dread of like, I could always be doing more. There's so much going on, especially obviously lately, and it's like there's always something more I could do. Like, I couldn't tell you if that's an existential thing or if that's an interpersonal thing or an internal thing, and I really love that ambiguity that it goes to all things. It kind of gives me all those things at once for me, where it's like I want to help somebody else, I want to focus on helping myself so I can help somebody else, and then also I want to help the world. Like, it's that constant struggle for myself, but also give and help the world. And even just thinking about it is overwhelming. Like, you can feel that wheel start to turn. I'm definitely projecting here, but I think it's kind of the point of the song too. There's so much stuff going on in the world. Like, sometimes it's hard to think about you, the individual, when there's so much universal to consider and obviously be so concerned about, which is valid. You, the individual, are important as well, and it's hard to, at least for me, it's hard to see that. I'm really doing better, and that's a crazy thing. I really thought by this time this year I'd be deceased. Sometimes you need to acknowledge, like, getting through your day, sustaining yourself, like I was saying earlier, that is an accomplishment too, and it's hard to feel that way sometimes. You know, obviously talking about, like, depression and being numb to all these things. My shoulder was so clenched. You see that? Being numb to all these things, like getting overwhelmed like this, like the accomplishments that don't feel huge but are still huge accomplishments, or even just the everyday accomplishments, like can start to slip under your radar of things to be acknowledging or happy about or celebrated. Again, that numbing feeling. I really like that song, but like, god damn. But again, I like that it was so fast. Like it almost felt so like doom scrolling. You're dreading. Put your phone down. Oh man. This is hard. Yay, the last one's called Self-Care. We're just gonna go, and we're closing out the night with Self-Care. Yay, self-care. Don't trick me now, Miss Scott. Don't trick me. But self-care.
Top 10 ways to smear honey on your face.
Ooh, I like the... What?
Things you can do when you're stressed, when things are just a mess.
Oh my god. I like the retro sound effects.
Maybe if you tried more.
Oh my god. Ah! Ooh. Yeah, no shit.
Maybe if you tried more, then you would deserve it. Maybe if
Go off. Holy shit. Well, that was Stress. That might be my favorite song on the EP. But like, god damn. Valid or invalid. All these different methods trying to grapple with what self-care is. It's person by person. It's so individual. It kept like devolving, and like I liked the retro gaming sounds because it felt almost like that might be something that does help you calm down. Playing a video game or listening to something or watching a video or a movie, like some form of like entertainment. Self-care looks different for different people, I think, is kind of what it's getting at. And it's also like, you know, sometimes it can read a little condescending or negative or overwhelming if someone's being like invasive with it, but it starts with like cut your nails, do your makeup, drink some water, hygiene and healthy. But it's like, again, individualism. Like, what if that's the thing somebody's struggling with? So it almost starts to, because of the energy of the song later, it almost comes across as, well, if you're having a hard time changing your clothes and showering, why don't you change your clothes and shower? Like, shut up. Like, that's, you're ignoring the whole issue. So it's interesting getting like a mesh of perspectives at once. And I think that's kind of the point, is this overwhelming, like there is no clear-cut answer. We're different, we're the same, but everybody handles things in different ways, struggle with different things. Like there's no, like, God help me, if orange slices just cured depression, we'd all be eating orange slices. But it's like, it's different experiences, different ways of self-care, because we all struggle with different things in different ways. We're all unique. But I kind of liked how it focuses on the impact over the intention, but it also shows you different levels of intention, like anything from a top 10 video for ways to smear honey on your face to fill this workbook up with things that you can do. It makes me think of those like destroy this book or journaling, you know, like again, different practices, different ideas, but it's not always going to work. But let's say the POV even asked, like, what are some ideas that you have? They're looking for answers. There's so many different ones that it's hard to keep track, and it starts to get so overwhelming so fast. Do I journal? Do I put honey on my face? Should I just drink water? Human experience, our brains, our bodies are so much more complicated than that, which is something to be celebrated, but also something to be acknowledged. I mean, maybe if you tried more, yeah, exactly. Whether you're asking for this information or it's just being unsolicitedly, whether you're asking for this or it's unsolicited opinions, like it does start to, it can get very condescending or overwhelming, or it even kind of gives me this feeling of I've tried that, because some of it's like, oh, like freshen up and drink water. Have you tried adding fruit to the water to make it a fun time for you? Like maybe I've tried that, you know, or the POV has tried that, but then it starts to devolve and it's like, I'm not like that, I'm not coming back, I don't want it like that, not like that. Yeah, see, it's like either saying no to the options in front of you, or even saying like, I'm no longer going to do this as well, where it's like info dump on others instead of like listening more, you know, I don't know. But I like that feeling of the self-care after all these different things, because in the second verse it gets a lot, I don't want to say darker, but like, you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, cry, smash a cup. So maybe the chorus of I'm not like that, I'm not coming back, I don't want it like that, not like that, maybe that is your self-care, is knowing when to say no, or advocating for yourself could also be the self-care. But like I said, the retro sounds, old Atari kind of style, early NES, I guess, like sound effects and everything. All those sound effects, it makes me think like, what if you are currently doing something that is helping you and someone's like, put down the TV or the video game and, you know, drink some water and go for a walk instead. It's like, hey, this is helping, until you started making me feel like I'm not good enough or doing enough, or this is somehow bad. It gets like more intense, and it's like cry a river, smash a cup. It's it's like volatile responses too. It's interesting seeing the intensity kind of start to go up. And like I said, the chorus being like, no, I don't want to find it like that. I want to learn from this and improve. Like, I want to grow. The goal isn't to mask it, self-medicate. Like, these aren't things that are helping me. The chorus being so steadfast and, like I said, standing up for yourself, learning when to say no, or asking someone to stop, and then maybe if you try more, then you would deserve it. Maybe if you fix the whole world by yourself, yeah, that pressure, that maybe it's about that blend of, while trying to find self-care, there's the negative influences external and then the ones internal. Maybe if you were a better person, you wouldn't feel this way. Maybe if you solved world hunger and ended all war, you would be feeling better. It's like, it's interesting to go from like more and more intense advice to then this like impossible standard that it introduces, hitting you with that impossibility of, maybe if you fixed everything, you wouldn't have these problems. Maybe if you did more, if you were a better person. And again, it's like you now have all these different solicited or unsolicited, healthy or unhealthy, useful or unuseful options being just like word vomited out. And then now you're just sitting here and it's like, maybe it's me. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I deserve this. And like seeing that spiral from a lack of self-care. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I like this feeling of addressing the impact, seeing how counterproductive this all can be when it's so one-sided, and it gives me this feeling of the POVs not being listened to when being given these things. Very familiar feeling, unfortunately, but I appreciate like talking about it. Like, it makes me feel less crazy. It makes me feel less alone when I go through my own version of these things, and I appreciate that a lot. But I appreciate ending this on the sentiment of self-care is self-care. Like, if these things do end up working for you, the healthy ones at least, if a top 10 video about smearing honey on your face helps you, or doing it helps you, good for you. But it's also advocating for you not to go down that road of, well, if none of these things do anything, feel right or sound right, I must be a shit person. It's like, no, like, keep looking. I liked the trajectory of this EP. These are important things, and it felt important throughout like all these songs. And like I said, I love your voice, but I love your lyrics so much, and I love feeling how important this is, not only to you, but to others as well. I found it so helpful and just refreshing to feel like this stuff is getting more and more normalized, not only for myself, but also for other people. My hands are wet. Like, I'm so clammy and kind of getting like sweaty and stressed. I'm gonna lay down for a little bit because I deserved it. I'm gonna have that ice cream sandwich we talked about. But yeah. There you guys go. Those are my thoughts on Penelope Scott's Hazards EP. What did you think of the EP? What are your thoughts on my thoughts? Or something that I missed? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video if you did. Subscribe to support the channel. Ring the bell to be notified of more uploads and support me. Blah, 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 YouTube words. Follow me on social media. I have a gaming channel, Build Show Gaming, that's linked in the channel tab as well as the description. Speaking of the description, again, guys, there is a link to a card that will send you to resources for social awareness and education, as well as mental health and crisis lines, Trevor Project resources, should you or someone you know need them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope what I said made sense. I hope everyone's doing well. Be mindful of others. Wear a mask if you choose to go out. And remember to take care of yourselves, please.